All right, so I got another reaction video for you from Chantel Simone. Shout out to her, where she interviews a guy who clearly has a problem with guys who decide to opt out of the dating market here in the United States and go overseas to do whatever they need to do. Let's see what they have to say. This is fair use. Shout out to Chantel Simone.
Men who are going over there for wife, girlfriend, hookup, or for just a good time. Why do we choose to focus on the ones who are going over there for just a good time and turn a blind eye to the men who are actually getting married and showing the receipts?
So then why did you support the Passport Boys, who definitely are into being promiscuous?
Can you point out when I supported Passport Bros who are promiscuous?
You had a show with them, right? With what's his name, right?
Sure. I don't, what's the term that you guys call in the chat where you dick watch or something like that? If a man wants to go overseas for a wife, for a hookup, for a girlfriend, whatever he wants to go overseas for, let him go overseas for it. I'm not, whatever the term is, his private parts.
Well, let me ask you this: Would you believe
Penis police.
he is a good prospect for a marriage or relationship?
Sir, with who exactly are you talking about? If a man decides to get up and leave because he's sick and tired of the dating scene here in the United States and he wants to try luck in other countries, but you're concerned about him being a component for marriage, what does that say about you? Like, why is he even concerned about that? That's what's weirding me out about a lot of these guys who have a problem with dudes who want to go overseas for whatever reason they want to.
Who are we talking about?
The dude we were talking about. Let's just say all Passport Boys.
How would I?
Do you believe they would make?
Do you believe wives? Yes. If he is a man who is a great leader, provider, protector, and teacher, he will make good husbands to women who want to submit.
Well, you interviewed him and you know what he does. So what do you think?
Who are we talking about? I'm confused. I said who? You said let's talk about all the Passport Bros. Who specifically are you talking about?
Well, we can talk about Holloman for one, right?
Okay.
He was on a couple of shows saying that his view of American women, which is quite limited because he's only 23, right? Was that
he wants to take shots at Austin Holloman of all people. Wow.
He felt like he was sifting through trash. Now, as a man, let's say as a young man as he is, why did he spend time sifting through trash in the first place? Why didn't he just deny sifting through trash and
Nah, he's misunderstanding of it from what I understand. It's like, well, like this is the like it's not just like an ocean of good women just running around here. Like today's woman has like a completely different mindset. A lot of them don't want to be wives, don't want to be mothers. This is a pretty good amount. And the ones that it's as clear as day that they outnumber the ones that do, which is what this older gentleman here does not understand. Austin Holloman, as young as he is, like he sees it for what it is and wants to move accordingly. He wants to go where the women are, a lot nicer, maybe a little bit more traditional, so on and so forth. But this guy seems to not understand that. Let's hear what else he has to say.
And look for the right woman.
Just to get this clear, are you asking me about somebody's personal life who I do not know personally?
He was on. You don't know about him. You interviewed him, right?
You just asked me why was he sifting through trash.
Yeah, his term.
I do not know him personally.
Okay, his term. That was one of his most famous interviews, and I'm shocked you didn't see it. But basically, he was referring to American women as trash because he felt like he was sifting through trash, and was one of the main reasons why he was going abroad, because he felt like going abroad to Thai, and I think he's in Brazil now, but I could be wrong. No, he might be in another South country. But the thing was this, is that his core reasoning is this: American women, all of them, are trash. Foreign women.
I don't think he ever said all American women are trash. It's just there's too many women in America that are trash for him to even get to the ones that are decent. I think that's what he was going with that.
All of them are the bomb, even though he hasn't.
And I don't think he said all foreign women are the bomb either, because they come with their share of BS too. I think most guys who have traveled overseas have mentioned that they're not perfect, but they can be a much better option if you don't like what you have here in America.
Tried to be in a relationship with one. He's just gone over there to have his little fun. Ain't got no problem. They can go over there and do what they want. The problem is that you're here advocating for men and trying to advocate for women as well, I feel, as far as finding good women to get together with good men, right? So with that said, this man thinks all women in America is bad because of his experiences. He
never said that. If you paid attention, if you actually listened to what he had to say, he never said that. Like I'm subscribed to Austin Channel. He's never said all American women are trash. Unless y'all heard him say it and I don't know anything about it, please send me the clip and I'll take back what I said.
He feels that way, which is okay for him to feel that way. But the thing is that he's built an empire. What do you want to call it? I wouldn't call it an empire, but he's built this whole thing turning men off to American women, the same women you want to pair up, to change their mind, change their thinking, and to pair up with other men. But if he's kind of like really, in a way, countering what you want to happen. Because it sounds like to me you want good women and men to get together. But then at the same time, here comes Holloman saying, oh, all women are bad. Let's go forward. So the thing is that how do you navigate and get the information out? How do you get women to buy into what you want them to buy into when you have such bad examples of men on your panel and in interviews? I'm not saying, wait, let me finish, and then I'll let you, it's your show, let me shut up. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that.
Look at Chantel's face. He wants her to shut up so bad, because even she understands, look at the look on her face. She knows this dude isn't making any sense whatsoever. He's just another old head that doesn't know what he's talking about, man. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, he's taking forever to get his thoughts together. God, man. Look at her face. Look at her face. She knows this dude here is full of shit. Like, come on.
Wouldn't it be good to get good examples of men on your show that women can go, so that is what a good man looks like?
Do you think you're a good example? Do you think you're a good example?
I'm old. I'm too old. I'm gone. I'm a good example, let's say theoretically, but
what does being old have to do with you being a good man? If you're a good man, you're a good man. Young, old, anything in between. Come on, man. Stop it.
As far as for a 35-year-old woman who's fourth and, it's 4th and 1 for her in her relationships, because remember now, Kevin Samuels said women that are 35 are leftovers. Remember that. He said that in one of his shows. So we're obviously talking about women in that level and maybe a little bit younger. So I'm almost 60. And so what I'm saying is that a man of my mentality, absolutely. A man of my age, a 35-year-old woman, I might be a little bit on the high end, if you know what I mean. But
so you're almost 60. You are older. You are a man who's supposed to be guiding young boys and helping the younger ones in the community.
Not supposed to
And
be have. I have guided
okay,
you.
I don't know
Yeah,
you
I
personally.
worked in school district and I
Okay, I
guided the
don't.
young men and
Okay,
so on
that's
and so
good. Good
forth.
job.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
men have been saying, this is their experience with women. We have been witnessing caller after caller in Kevin Samuel's show, rest in peace. We've been witnessing that women don't want to do the simple things. If you wash, cook, and clean, then you are a slave. If they submit, if you mention the word submission to them, then they run like a headless chicken. This show itself is talking about how if you try to understand men's perspective, you are called a mammy. I played the video earlier. This is the title of this show. Do you not understand why these men who would much rather date out, where it's a culture to be feminine, where it's a culture to wash, cook, and clean, where it's a culture to serve a man the plate? Do you not understand that it will be much better for them to leave and get their passport and go where they can find wives?
Well, that would be cool if that's what they were doing, but basically from the videos I've studied, they're out there sharing most of their time and money with prostitutes. You can look
Are
it
you
up
familiar
yourself.
with us? Andre from Love Crossing Borders.
Not on the top of my head. No, not
Okay,
from
so
Andre.
what I can gather then is because Andre is also
See, when they see those, I'm not, look, maybe there are some guys out there that are doing that, but then you got guys who are the naysayers of men leaving the United States. They're going to take what they're doing and then put that like as an umbrella over the whole passport bros type thing to make them all seem like, oh, they're just out. Going to other countries, they're just buying it. And it's like, clearly he's not watching enough channels on YouTube. I don't know where he's getting his information from, to be honest with you. I don't know if he'll mention it in this video, but it's like every naysayer looks for anything that's remotely negative and try to just paint the whole everybody in Passport Bros as all. This is what they're really doing. They're not looking for wives. Please, I've seen testimonials on other guys' channels like Average Man Unplugged. He does a good job of bringing testimonials of men who actually went overseas, or down in South America or Southeast Asia or even Europe, and they found wives and they're happy and they're good. They have no complaint in the world now. But apparently this guy hasn't seen that because he's more drawn into like whatever he deems is negative, and he's just gonna run with it. Clearly this dude isn't that smart, if you ask me.
Passport Bros who utilized his passport, got a wife over in Colombia, and is now married. I want to say for over 5 years.
Know something? I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he was on a show a little while ago, and he was not very level-headed.
So what you chose to do was to focus on Austin, who is a 23-year-old, never said that he was going over there to look for a wife, just wanted to date. You are choosing to focus on a 23-year-old as opposed to a 50-year-old who went over there, found himself a wife, and is now working on starting his family.
That was a good play. Am I muted? I can't tell.
No, you're unmuted now.
Okay. That was a good.
Chantel ain't finna have that shit. She ain't finna have this bald head nut over here trying to out-talk him.
Play. The only problem is that he is a different person. I can't speak for his wife's experience, but when we were interviewing him over on another show, he wasn't the most level-headed person, firstly, and secondly, everyone knows that Osman Holloman is the poster boy of the Passport Boys or the Passport Bros or whatever you want to call them these days. So it's obvious that since we were talking about the Passport Bros, we went forward with.
Okay, I can't listen to this guy anymore. This dude, even Chantel, look, you can tell she's sick of this dude. You can tell she's sick of hearing what he has to say because he's coming off of all this feminine energy and all like some of the same arguments that you hear some of these women on TikTok, Instagram, and other platforms come with when it comes to men doing what they want to do for once. This is sickening. These are grown men, and I'm gonna do more reaction videos to things like this, because there's plenty of them where you got a lot of these guys out here who have the most to say about guys with passports. It is disgusting. I completely understand why the women do it. I mean, it is what it is. But when men are concerned with what they're doing with their bodies and their money, it's like that's the most feminine thing you can do as a man. And at that point, if you ask me, that dude he should get his man card revoked for having stupid talking points. I don't think these guys really have an actual problem. They just don't want men to leave, because then they'll be stuck with the women that they're talking, that the guys that are leaving are talking about. And then these guys here who decide to stay, they got to deal with them instead of putting them off on the guys that want to get out of here. That's what I think. But you guys will let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I appreciate you for watching. I'm going to leave a link to this video down below if you want to check out the rest of this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to make this video too long. And if you made it to the end of this, I do appreciate it. Please consider subscribing. Help me reach my goal of 100 subs. I really appreciate it. Like the video, share the video, and I'm out of here. Peace.